YouTube, Blow Yard Gang, combat sports and entertainment fans all across the globe. Welcome to another episode of the best damn combat sports review show on YouTube. This is We Talk Combats, where I am one of the hosts. My name is King. I'm joined by my co-host today, BA. How you doing today, bro?
Shock and awe, man.
Shock and awe. That's all you can say. What up, Dev? Glad to have you back. How you doing today, bro?
Good. I'm good. It's good to be back.
All right, let's talk about this. We had a couple shows. Well, one show that was split into two for the first time ever this day. But before we get to it, y'all, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It's somewhere near Devon's left shoulder if you could. Also, hit that like button, notification bell. And if you're interested in talking to us towards the end of the show, hit us with that at WTC. We'll, I guess, reply to your comments, whatever you send to us, if it's respectful. And also, while you're at it, follow us as well and subscribe over at We Talk Combat Clips, where we show the condensed versions of our shows. We have them in the shorts. And with all that being said, if you're new around here, we go around and give our highs and lows and a letter grade to the shows of the week. And we got a couple shows to talk about, so let's get to it. So this is I guess we had a good week this week, or a week of wrestling other than the PLE. So let's start off with Raw. You guys want to say anything about Raw, BA? I'll start with you. You have any highs and lows for this show, or let it grade?
Let's just give it a C. Clearly, everything was in promotion for the upcoming SummerSlam event. I was still waiting to hear from LA Knight. Apparently, I'm still waiting to hear from LA Knight. Let's just call it what it is. The best part about Raw is the fact that my man got his shoes took. That was very entertaining. And having him around his neck like the Ula Fala, that's great. That's just great TV. That's great entertainment for what it is. So to open the show and to close the show, yeah, it was pretty. Those are great spots. I can watch that over and over again.
Okay, so you're giving it a C.
I'm giving it a C.
All right, that's very quick and to the point. Pause. What up, Dev? What's your highs and lows with Raw, if you have any, and your overall letter grade?
Actually, I'm gonna follow suit with BA. That was just straight up disrespectful. Like, I had never seen anything like that. As far as in entertainment, especially in wrestling, and there's been a lot of stuff done, but I thought that was hilarious, straight up disrespectful. That's actually all I really remember about Raw. A little bit of fatigue for the week because there's a lot that's going on. So just from this weekend, kind of left everything else in the dust. So I'll go ahead and match and give it a C as well.
Okay. I'm gonna get right to the point. Pause. I'm gonna give this show a D. And I'm gonna tell you why I give it a D. Roman Reigns usually saves the show. I usually stop myself from giving him an F just from the mystique and the aura, as they say, of Roman Reigns being on the show. I thought this was the first time that they actually made Braun Breaker since this group has gotten back, or whatever this group is, the Vision, I guess it's going to be called now. Shout out to that, taking 50 years to get to that. But yeah, with this group, this is the first time Braun Breaker actually looked like he was dominant in this faction. Like, he actually had aura for a second. I felt like when it was going down, he was like taking it to Roman Reigns. But I would have put it higher if I didn't see what happened at SummerSlam, which we'll get to later. So it really didn't make sense to me. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a D, man. There's nothing really needed, just promos and all to talk about SummerSlam, and we got the SummerSlam, so we can move on from Raw. Let's flip it the opposite way, y'all. Pause, and let's go to SmackDown with you, Devon. What was your highs and lows of this show and your overall letter grade?
Honestly, so there wasn't really much going on because everything was just building up to SummerSlam. So I think I'm gonna actually call this my low, and others might call it their high. But the Cena segment with Cody and Cena returning to the good guy side, becoming a face again. Mm-hmm. I get what they were doing or what they were trying to go for, but I don't like the way that they did it. I don't like the presentation. I don't think that it just felt rushed. It didn't really feel like much of a purpose was done. I mean, shout out to the jabs that he threw at The Rock and Travis Scott. I appreciate that. But, you know, other than that, it just kind of felt dull. Just like that heel turn. Not the turn, but the run was done. So I'm just lost with how all that was going. But everything else, you know, the show was still building up to the next night. So there wasn't really much that I had to go off of. I'm actually going to give that a D. Pause. And yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. DBA, what are your highs and lows for SmackDown this weekend? Your overall at a great.
One, let's give it up for the United States Women's Champion for making an appearance. Finally fighting Selena Vega. Hey, I didn't even know that you still wrestle. So shout out to the fact that you actually showed up. Shout out to Aleister Black and Damian Priest for doing a SummerSlam fight on the night before, so they had to do that role for that. And Aleister Black thoroughly kicked Damian Priest's ass. Yes, sad for him. Was this the show that Cena just changed? This show?
It's the one where he just
changed. Just out of nowhere. Just here I am. Here I am.
Yep.
Just I'm a different guy now.
He woke up on the right side of the bed today.
that is F for me, guys. That is a complete and utter F. I can't get past that. He just woke up on the other side of the bed and say, oh, it's time for me to go back to the old Cena. That tells me there's a lot going on behind the scenes, that either people's promises wasn't being kept, or maybe he had a date in his head saying, if something doesn't happen by this date, then I'm gonna go ahead on and go back or whatever. So someone telling me there's a lot going on, and hopefully we get it from maybe Unreal in next year sometime or something. But yeah, this gets an F from me, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna get this show an F as well. There was nothing on this show at all necessary. It was just filler. This whole week was filler for SummerSlam. And as BA said, that face change, I'll talk about it more when we get to SummerSlam, but I just didn't get it. Like, what just happened? It's kind of like the title of the show today. Is Paul Levesque lazy? Like, this is the times when I look and I'm like, bro, you got to be lazy. This is ridiculous. You just have 2 weeks to go from one event to the next, and you just say, we're just going to flip, I'm just going to make him face. Like, that was disgusting. This became one of the worst heel changes ever. And I've been one of the ones that tried to give, John Cena kudos for his heel changes. And I understand that he's trying to ruin wrestling. And his whole thing is supposed to be, we're not supposed to enjoy what he's doing. But, bro, he just changed face after supposedly one of the biggest heel changes ever. He just decides, I'm face again. And people just accept it, and it's okay. So I don't know, but I'm giving it an F as well. Go ahead, Devon.
Yeah, I know we got some other stuff to talk about with that, but that whole heel turn was a waste of time for me, and like it really, really aggravates me. And I'm going to try to be as politically correct as I can be with this, but for the magnitude of the heel turn that happened when they pulled the trigger, it left me. Oh man, I had something in my head I was going to say, but basically they left us with a lot.
Say it with your chest.
I got blue balls from it.
There you go.
They built it up so well out of nowhere, and then after that, it was nothing. There was zero effort into this. Cena didn't even change his interest theme, and then they were boring by just putting his name in black on the Tron or on the screen. That was complete laziness, and all for what? Nothing came out of that. So that really got to me. Nice. And then just to make him just out of nowhere come back. Oh, I see the ways of my, me being in my own feelings or whatever, and I'm good now, and I'm the old Cena. Hey, get out of here. That was wasting my time.
Waste everybody's time. But shout out to my guy, our guy, I should say, Bobby Monsoon, and all. He calls Paul lazy Levesque. So shout out to Bobby Monsoon. But we then had a PLE, which was the first ever SummerSlam 2-night event this weekend. So yesterday and today. First, I'll go down the card. I guess I'll go backwards. We had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross for some reason, with Sami Zayn going over. We had Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair becoming the new women's tag team champion by defeating Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. We had Tiffany Stratton retaining her championship against the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill. You had Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeating Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. You had Jey Uso and Roman Reigns defeating the Braun Browns with Paul Heyman. And last but not least, you had CM Punk defeating Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship with a little surprise afterwards that we'll get to. But I guess first and foremost, BA, let's go to you, bro. What was your overall, your highs and lows of this first night, Saturday, for SummerSlam, and what's your overall letter grade?
One of the lows was definitely Cardi B. She did not have to be attached to the show whatsoever. I thought they was going to do a little bit more with her. She introduced the show. They showed her a few more times, and that was it. I'm like, they usually do more with the guests than that. That's one. That was just the easy one. That's low hanging fruit. Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. Come on, guys. Like, what are we doing? Why even build this up? Why even have this on this show? I would have took the Damian Priest match for all that. If this was the outcome, that's what I would have put for that. Shout out for that too as well. It was a complete waste of time. If Sammy wasn't going to lose, then once again, this might be the current thing for this whole thing. What the hell was the point of it all?
What was the point?
It doesn't build him whatsoever. It was just a placeholder. Until what? So he can lose again to somebody else being the same Sami Zayn.
Sammy's a super jobber, bro. Not to cut you off, but Sammy's that super guy that can still be in the main event and take the L. If you're going to use somebody to put somebody over,
did you just call him the Miz?
I mean, he's not even the Miz. The Miz is 2-time champion.
That's a fact.
2-time WWE champion. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're right. The tag match, new tag team champions. It's about time. Because that was Liz's belt, that was Liz's championship tag team and all that stuff. So they had a nice run. And Charlotte and Alexa, that was a nice moment towards, storytelling within the match. So the fact that they had that little hesitation towards the end of Alexa Bliss hitting Charlotte, and then Charlotte saying, well, should I hit you? No, I'm going to actually stay being a tag team, and then they won the championships after that. That's good. That's a good little moment. Not hating on that. It was a good match. I'm trying to say that one for last. This Jelly Roll situation here, I'm gonna leave that alone. It was just it is what it is. Okay. Hi, Logan Paul. As much as we hate Logan Paul for Logan Paul being Logan Paul, the dude is a phenomenal athlete. Period. That splash from that he got Jelly Roll from the top ropes outside the ring, it was perfect. It was perfect, and he does spots like that quite frequently. So he's a phenomenal talent. There is can't really stand him, but he's a phenomenal talent. So shout out to that. The tag match, the main tag match that everybody wanted to see to open the show, that should have closed the show, but I understand why they didn't close the show now, but that's another story. Shout out to Roman, man. Roman stole the show again, man. It's just even when he wasn't even, he probably wrestled about a good 2 minutes, but it was a high impactful 2 minutes. He's a mythological creature that graces presence upon us.
That might be a
sacrificed himself so Jay can get the victory by taking the spear. It just great. It was just great. Roman, I hate when he does no wrong. He didn't do any wrong in that match for me. He was spot on. All right, Jay. It's time to get to you, man. Real quick, Jay. I got love for you, shorty. I got love for you. But as soon as you came down the ring with those Jamaican colors, I said it's over. You should have stayed with the Storm gimmick. You should have stayed with that. That was working for you. Triple H don't see color, but he sees that Nubian accents here. No, something's wrong here. You're not winning over Tiffany in this situation. So once I saw them colors, bro, I'm telling you, a lot of you know, I said it's over. She's not winning this. And I wish that she just didn't do that, and then I would have at least been like pissed off and like, God damn, they still made her win. But no, she went too tribal, bro.
You think
it was a good match.
You think he changed it at the last moment?
I think he did. He said, "Oh, that's what you wanted." Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's go to the gorilla room. Let's make a slight adjustment.
Let's make a change real quick.
Schedule.
Oh man.
I think let's move forward. But it was a good match. I don't like the fact that she got beat by one moonsault. It should have been a little bit more. It should. Like, I'm putting emphasis. It should have been more to defeat Jade other than a moonsault. But you know, Paul Levesque. And the main match, we're gonna leave what happened at the end. For the next segment, it's the next part. But you know, Gunther did what Gunther does. Gunther doesn't have bad matches, guys. He will carry it back. He did it again. He beat the hell out of CM Punk. And CM Punk found that one little crevice to win, and he took it and he won. It was a good match. Yeah, Gunther. I mean, I would love to see. I don't love to see. Let me pause that. But yes, I would like to see CM Punk's chest afterwards, because he took some chops from Gunther. Hard level, and those wasn't all fake, ladies and gentlemen. Those was hand to flesh. His chest was getting hit by some of those chops. So I know his chest is straight red today. But you know, all in all, it was night one. I prefer Roman to do just a little bit more. I wanted that match to be just to give a little bit more than what it did. But overall, I'm gonna give it a B-. It was a B-.
Okay. Devin, your highs and lows for night one, and your overall letter grade.
So I am going to say the low, definitely Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. I guess they were saying that this might have been Karrion Kross's last appearance there on the show. There was no title on the line, so I kind of wish that he did, you know, get a victory if that was the case, because he hasn't really gotten anything for a while now. So, you know, I wish that they did more for him. I wasn't a fan of the way that played out. That could have been a pre-show match for all of that. So that's what I'm gonna give my low. With the women's tag team match, I like the new dynamic with Charlotte and Alexa. I like the "we're not F word" thing that they got going on, and I don't know. I just like the way that they're doing that. Almost a little bit like, well, no, I guess Shawn and Diesel didn't do that, but I don't know. The frenemies thing, just I think that's really good. I like the fact that they
wasn't an MVP in Matt Hardy?
Yeah.
But they actually stayed frenemies though.
Yeah.
They won the tag team titles and all of it. They stayed frenemies.
Yeah. And what, Stone Cold and
I think Stone Cold Triple H, by the time they did it, they were both heel. I was going to say them the two-man power trip, but I was like, I think Austin was heel
man power
by
trip.
the time he got there.
Yeah. So I just, I mean, it's not exactly my favorite kind of, you know, story, but I still enjoy it sometimes, because I just think that the chemistry that comes out of it sometimes is pretty entertaining. So I like that. I know Charlotte is loving, you know, the fact that she's being appreciated, or she's getting cheered by the crowd. Because I know that she, you know, I saw some stuff with her interview, and she, you know, she was taking it personally. She was saying, you know, at one point, because of the stuff that was coming out and the stuff that people were saying, they weren't attacking Charlotte, they were attacking Ashley. So, you know, I know that she took that stuff to heart.
I ain't know that's her real name. That's crazy.
Yeah, Ashley's her real name. And that, you know, so shout out to her getting her moment. And I mean, we know how, you know, the whole Nepo baby thing worked and everything, but just they're still human. So you know, just the way that people are and the way that they treated her. And, you know, I'm glad that she's at least in a good place mentally. Jade and Tiffany. I mean, yeah, as soon as I saw that Jade came cosplaying as Kofi Kingston, I knew that was a wrap. So she wasn't getting anything out there, and she looks great. She just doing a lot better than what she was doing before. So her promos are better. Her ring work is better. But again, Uncle Paul, just not a fan. So, you know, best of luck for her down the road. We'll see how everything goes. But yeah, right now, the blonde bombshell, or whatever they want to call Tiffany time is just still going on right now. That clock ain't broken, so she can't really do anything about it.
Yep.
The Jelly Roll Logan Paul match. I'm telling you now, I know we all talked about this before, and I'm a huge fan of Logan Paul's ability. As a person, he's trash. And I mean, he's smart. He's smart because he's using that to his advantage for his heel, you know, for his heel character. But the work that he puts in the ring is just amazing. I watch his match and I know something good is going to happen. Something great's going to happen, especially for the PLEs. For a big match like that, he's going to put something in his repertoire that's going to, you know, wow everybody. And I do wish that when he had the what's this drink? The
Prime.
Yeah, the Prime. When he had the 2 primes up and he did the Stone Cold kind of, you know, thing with the 2 primes. I wish he kind of held on to it when he did the frog splash out the Jelly Roll. I don't know why. I just wanted him to drop some of that on Jelly Roll. Pause. But you know, but that was still amazing. And shout out to Jelly Roll for taking that bump. Jelly Roll, he still got work to do because he definitely looked stiff paws in that ring the whole time he was in there. But he still went out there. And, you know, whatever, shout out, kudos to him, because we know who else was supposed to be there in that match originally. And, you know, apparently they didn't take it as seriously as people had hoped. So the fact that Jelly Roll did that and lost over 200 pounds along the way, shout out to him for that. And, you know, I wish him the best, you know, just for, you know, even just improving his health, hopefully. I hope that things go better if he continues to train and, you know, not look as dull, you know, that would be great. But the fact that he actually took the bumps that he took, I think that was amazing. So shout out to him for that. He didn't have to win the match to actually, you know, be a a highlight of the match, so to speak, or what have you. So, you know, good times with that. The Bronze and Jay and Roman, I don't care too much about the Bronze. I sometimes I like seeing the camera work when Braun Breaker is doing his run and everything like that. I don't know why. It's just something about that, the motion, that's just kind of cool sometimes. But other than that, I don't care. Roman, though, you know, shout out to my tribal chief, man. He just walks out and he don't even have to do anything.
No, he commands the room, man.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that pops up in my head. 1992 on HBO, Michael Jackson live in Bucharest, Spain. The Dangerous Tour. Right at the beginning of the tour, he comes out of the bottom of the floor. It shoots him up like how Rey Mysterio does out of the stage.
Yep, and just stands there.
5 minutes. He just stood there.
Stands there.
He didn't do a damn thing except for halfway through. He turned his head to the other side, and people went nuts.
Yeah, people passing out,
peeing on themselves. Yep. Everything. That's aura. And Roman got that. I don't even remember how we got here, because I remember the time where we all hated Roman.
This is crazy. Vince McMahon, you know, Vince McMahon is like, he gets wet buzz when he sees this Roman Reigns reaction now. Right. He hates it. He don't get it. He's not there while it's happening, but he's like, bro, I tried to tell y'all, and y'all don't want to believe. Y'all wanted Daniel Bryan, remember?
Yep.
That's what he was.
Yep. So, you know, which makes me, you know, wonder about A-Town Down. You know, you know, he was also somebody that Vince had that he liked, and well, we're not seeing anything from him right now, but yeah, just Roman, just that presence, that aura is just something else, and he didn't even have to really do anything to be that. I don't want to repeat myself in the last match, but he's just the center of attention.
He's Mount Rushmore, man.
But the fact that he, story-wise, took hits for Jay, it's a whole new Roman. And if they ever decided to bring the bloodline back together or anything like that and have this new Roman, I would love to see where they go with that. And the thing I loved about the original bloodline is I got Heart Foundation vibes out of it when they had all the titles and they would just stand there at the entrance at the end of the match or even at the beginning, and they're just holding their belts up. All of them. They're saying, we got everything. You need us. And I just, I would love to see that again. With the new Roman, but still, keep that aura. But good times for them. Shout out to them. I love the fact that they're, that they're in a better place right now. CM Punk and Gunther, man, poor Phil. Yeah, he got his ass whipped. And Gunther's not really even. He doesn't even really do a bunch of moves, but the moves that he does, he puts his back into it, and Punk, he definitely got whooped. Granted, Gunther's nose getting, I'm assuming, busted or broken or whatever, and him bleeding at the end, that was definitely, great for, I guess, presentation. Don't know if that was planned or not. Since Triple H don't see color, I see why they didn't necessarily, stop the match from happening, because, but I like Gunther's like brawler style, but shout out to Punk for at least getting his moment and winning that match. It's been forever, so I'm glad that he's at least getting his. I guess he's checking some boxes right now, because he, just like they say, he's in the twilight of his career. So any accolades that he can get right now, good for him. Also saw that it said something like he's the first champion to hold, I guess there were two different versions of that particular title. I don't remember the specific ones, but he's the first person to hold both versions of that particular title. So kudos to him for having another accolade to add to his belt. But I actually enjoyed the show. I think I'm gonna do a B- on it. Wasn't perfect, but there were moments that I did enjoy out of it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that.
Okay, B-. All right. Let me think. I'm gonna give this show a D. I'm gonna give it a D for SummerSlam. No, I'm lying. Let me give it a C-. I'm gonna give it a C-. I'm gonna go a little bit up. I thought before the show started that the in-ring wrestling would be pretty good. Like, they have good competitors out here for both these shows and all. I just was worried more about the storyline, like what makes sense. So let's start, I guess, from Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn on. I actually thought their match was trash. Like, I didn't think, like you said, that match didn't have to exist at all. I understand people's like getting behind Karrion Kross. I kind of said it before. Like, I don't know what they're saying. Like, this whole like Karrion Kross push, and it's not that like he's horrible, but like the way they're trying to push behind him. I understand what he did with Twitter, and he got a backing like that way organically, but his in-ring ability isn't enough to be getting the type of push. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. Like, I felt bad for Sami Zayn watching that match. Like, what are we doing here? And Sami Zayn, I don't even care about Sami Zayn. Shout out to C-Jax. He was talking about that as well. The women's championship match, I don't know how I feel about that. I knew Alexa and Charlotte were going to win. I knew they wanted to build that, and that's been pretty cool. Like you said, with Charlotte getting her little, I guess, hoorah now. People are respecting her and cheering her. But at the same time, I thought that Raquel and Roxanne were going to hold the belt a little bit longer to get Liv back, so that it would be with the story where Liv saw that Roxanne actually was the champion beside Raquel, but now that's probably on her way back. So I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm going to skip that match as well. I'm going to go to the Jelly Roll Randy Orton and all that. I know y'all talk about Logan Paul and all. I don't even get excited from the spots. I can't stand Logan Paul. I'm sorry. I understand exactly what y'all saying. I completely understand. I do not care if it's Logan Paul. Whoa. If Logan Paul wins the title, I cannot watch the match. I will not be watching wrestling for a while he's champion. Like, I swear, I hope that they do not get the championship. They do not give it to him, but I keep hearing they may eventually give it to him. Please do not. I don't need to see Jelly Roll. And with Logan Paul going over Jelly Roll and all that happening, they're probably setting up for a match with them in the future, because I think Jelly Roll is going on a tour or whatever like that. He's going to return. I do not need to see that. Jelly Roll can have this one and done and be done. I heard you say all this. LT didn't return. You feel me? And Bam Bam made him look good. We don't need to see Jelly Roll return again. He's about to be a regular wrestler, and who knows how they're going to push him and all. I hate this guy called a rapper. I didn't know he's a rapper. I thought he's a country music star, but I don't get what he is. But it is what it is. I don't need to see him anymore. We can move on. Sorry about Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. That's horrible to try to be on the show being that way, but it is what it is. The Usos, I mean, not the Usos, but they kind of are the Usos, but Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus the Braun Browns. Like you guys said, Roman Reigns, it's just his aura. He just stood around basically to watch Jey get beat up. Like, Jey got his ass whipped the whole match. Like, Brunson Reed and them destroyed Jey that whole match. You forget that Jey Uso was the last a few ago now, but he was at that point the last world champion they had. He was out there just getting his ass whipped. And then at the end of the match, it was good spots. Roman almost killed himself. Luckily, they caught him. I feel like Brunson almost did the same at some point. I talked with Latte, shout out to Latte. I know he's in the comments and all, but I worry about Braun Breaker hurting himself with his recklessness sometimes. Like, some of the moves he does to jump over the table and all, he just clears. And I don't know if it's true or not, but they said he was walking with a limp once the match was over. So I don't know if he hurt himself at all. That would be a major blow if he did hurt himself. But yeah, they ended up losing. Was good to see Roman Reigns take the spear and all that stuff. And Jey got the pin. That was awesome. But I just didn't see what it did for them. Like, I don't know. And allegedly, Braun Breaker was the leader for a second. So I don't know, but that is what it is. Punk and Gunther, I'm not really the biggest Gunther guy. And Punk, I say a lot of times, has been past his prime. Bro, they put on a good match. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And it was a lot of CM Punk just getting destroyed, but Gunther just handled him like he was a beast, like he was a monster pause, like he's supposed to be. They actually told a story. Punk did more of the Bret Hart, you got to find a way to, come through and all that stuff against this monster, like find a way, just wait for your opportunity. I think he put color on himself. I think he used a tablet when I watched the replay. I don't think Gunther actually broke his nose or nothing. I think he didn't even hit his face really, and then he just used, when he went under the table, he just put the blood tablet over on his face. But it was awesome though. It made perfect sense. The match, the build-up didn't. Like, I don't know why they were really wrestling each other, but the match was actually awesome. So that was cool. And I didn't get Jade and Tiffany at all. Excuse me. I know y'all say the whole Jamaican thing and all that. Bro, they built up Jade Cargill. They had her as the queen of the ring. Jade has beaten Naomi 2 times in damn near squashes. Naomi is now the world heavyweight champion, the second most important champion. But then Tiffany Stratton goes out here and beats her with one, prettiest moonsault, or the hell it's called. And the match is over. And it was a 7-minute. It was actually a good match for 7 minutes. Like, it was quick, but they should have got more time. But it was quick, and they actually put on a decent showing. And Jade was handling business for that 7 minutes. Like, she was putting on the show, destroying her, just for Tiffany to win. So if this doesn't have an outcome where Jade turns heel and, like, gets mad and goes after Tiffany and still gets a victory from that, I don't understand this. I'm tired of the Tiffany Stratton nonsense. I know they're trying to build up, but Triple H doesn't see color, but he seems to have his favorite that he's going to go with now. But yeah, that's my like I say, my statements on night 1. I didn't think it really did anything for the storylines or anything like that, but it was some good matches in there. So like I said, I'll give it a C-.
I do want to throw out there real quick, Randy Orton. This can't be just me, but when Randy Orton hit that RKO, somehow he learns how to pause in the middle of the air
and then pull,
and just he floats, and he just sits there for a second, and then he drops
until you
I
get
don't know
right.
how he does it.
He Randy Orton, man,
so smooth.
I think Drew was holding him up a little bit. Like, he leaned into him, and you can see Drew pretty much held him.
But I think, yeah, it was almost a botch, and they both at the same time just made up for it. I think it was like the chemistry. You feel me? Like Drew said, hold up. I would have turned enough, hold you up for a little bit longer. Randy said, hold on, and then pulled you down when they were in perfect sync. Like, I think that was just chemistry.
But Randy Orton's 250 plus pounds.
Drew McIntyre like 270. Drew, they two big boys. You feel me? Pause.
But I'm sorry. He's he on a horizontal, like he's horizontal being held up by Drew. There ain't much holding that he can do to keep him up like
right.
that.
But it was just a second. It only took a second. It wasn't a long time. It's just
it wasn't
a second where
time.
It makes you think that way. But yeah, shout out to Drew for that one though.
Yeah, shout out to Drew, but Randy is smooth. And shout out to Bobby Monsoon. I see you over there in the comments.
Hey, we got also story tonight. Once CM Punk wins, Seth Rollins was faking the funk. Comes out, does a little pose and all with his crutches, as if he's not going to, go run down and cash in his money in the bank contract. But then he turns around, does a little pose, drops it, and then the place goes crazy. Takes the knee brace off, comes down, hits Punk in the head a few times, catches him with a curb stomp, and match over. He's the new world heavyweight champion. I guess let's go around. Devon, how did you feel about this? Did you enjoy this ending? You thought it was great? Like, what's your overall feelings about this?
All right, so you ever have some popcorn and what is it, cotton candy, at the movie theater, and you got your soda, right? And let's just say you spilled it on yourself, right? And you're going to throw it all away. So you take the popcorn, you take the cotton candy, and you take the soda, and you pour it all in the bucket of the popcorn, all right? And you go and you throw that in the trash can and you light it on fire.
Oh my goodness.
That still impressed me more than that ending.
Oh, man.
I hated that ending. My man CM Punk, first off, shout out to CM Punk, because obviously he had to agree to all of this. And I appreciate the fact that knowing, I don't know how they are right now still, like if their animosity is still, if they still hate each other in real life. I know that the storyline is still going with it, but I don't know how they feel in real life. So shout out to them for everything they're doing for the story. And I know we all saw it coming. I mean, we could see everything playing out. Honestly, as soon as Jay lost the title, I think we all kind of called where the direction was that they were going with it. And we saw this happening. Apparently Seth played it off in full, even staff with the injury, and they thought that I hated the fact that they let him get it and then just snatched it right away from him. But at least he got it, I guess. So I don't care for the fact that they did that, but at least he got the title. It makes more sense story-wise why they're doing it, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan. That's my opinion.
What's your thoughts, bro?
All right, so I got two thoughts, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. First, I mean, if you're watching the show, you've been watching it for the last few weeks. I'm on the side of the morality side, so I'm going to take this approach to this. I do think that he was hurt. I do think that he felt something, that made him shake a little bit, or whatever the case may be. Like, those if you got repeated injuries, it don't take much for you to get that tweak in that same injured area. Like, oh shit, I'm about to go through this again. So I do think something was there, and then once X-rays and the MRIs come back, like, no, you good, man. Like, oh, I'm good. Yeah. Now let's use this to our advantage. I'm going to say that that's the route they took. I'm not going to believe that he was never hurt. I don't want to put that out there. I don't want that for wrestling. I don't want that for the last purity of wrestling that I have left. I don't want that to be attacked. So I'm going to go that route. Once I got past that, I was like, that's pretty freaking cool, man. Just the standing, the pose that he did when he dropped the crutches. You can ask my wife. I've been doing that all day. I woke up this morning, I just stopped and just did that. Like, what is wrong with you? So it was a cool moment, and Seth did it, man. So Seth found a way to do it. It was entertaining. If I'm the Brunson brothers, I'm like the Braun brothers, I should say. Like, where the hell were you at earlier? Then if you healthy, if you good to go, shit, we could have used your help. But maybe that's something that's a wrinkle that they might address later on down the line. But for right now, just for that moment, the cash in we knew was coming up eventually. I was the one that said, hopefully, he was on the same damn show. I said, Roman's going to come out and stop the cash shit. There's going to be ding, 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 and Roman's going to put a stop to it. And then CM Punk still is the champion. That didn't happen, and I wish it would have happened. That would have gave me a little bit more respect for Roman, but it is what it is. Roman's probably gone at that particular point in time. But no, it was good. It was a good segment. It was a good moment. Once I got past my emotional feelings, yeah, it was a pretty good moment. We're going to remember that moment for quite some time.
Okay. First and foremost, shout out to your boy for correctly guessing how both of the Money in the Bank contracts would be cashed in. Shout out to your boy, BA. Both of them. Secondly, I knew
a couple of gentlemen, in case you didn't know.
You say what?
Come on, Chief.
What I did?
Oh, okay, understood.
Oh, okay. But as I was saying, Seth Rollins, I didn't think he was hurt from the get-go. I told you I think it was fake because they kept promoting it with the Becky Lynch doing the stuff. Like she even said she faked the Funk as far as doing that. They did not ever tell us what the injury was. When that started happening, I was like, something's wrong. I told y'all back then, I said, when they're not telling you what the injury is, something is up. They would normally tell you something is done and all this is fake. And Triple H had just started talking about the enjoy the show stuff is going to happen type thing. So I knew he'd probably go to this level and do something like that. Now it sucks because karma is a BITCH. So I hope, you don't play with the gun, you die by the gun or whatever. Something like that might happen and change a whole, story or whatever he's dealing with. But at the same time, I did think this had to happen. Now, I wish they didn't do it this way with the whole injury thing. And we'll talk about LA Knight, I guess, a little later, maybe, as far as I don't understand what LA Knight getting the victory over him did. Like, is he the number one contender now? We don't know. But, yeah, Seth Rollins doing this was the right call. I knew that was going to happen. I called this as well. Punk couldn't have a championship. I think he was more of the fight. Punk has had an awesome 2 years. People don't realize. Like, I know he hasn't been winning a championship and all that, but he's been attached to basically the top guys, having great feuds with them for the last 2 years. And like I said, the Seth thing was cool. Seth had to get his comeback. I think I talked about that before. They let all these guys from different organizations come back and get victories over their main guys. CM Punk was the main guy getting victories over Seth Rollins last year, whatever, the beginning of this year. And I was saying, well, you got to at some point let Seth Rollins get the upper hand and win. And I think this was his comeback for all of that happening. Like he finally got over him. Now his job is to keep the belt away from CM Punk now. So I think this is kind of him getting the victories now. So I thought that was fine. I thought it was cool in general. My only, like I say, my gripe with it, I should say, is that they played with Seth Rollins being injured. I didn't like that. I don't think that was cool, but it is what it is. The outcome was cool. Let's get the night to you moving as far as on time. Start from the bottom, I guess, and go up again. We had the TLC six-man ladder match, six-man tag team, ladder match. We had the Wyatts defending their tag team championships against the Motor City Machine Gun Kellys. Do It Yourself, Andrade and Rey Fenix, Fraxium, and the Street Profits. You had Becky Lynch retaining her Women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. You had Naomi retaining her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. You had Solo Sikoa, and a surprise here in a steel cage match, retaining his United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. Dominic Mysterio gets a clean victory. I don't want to say clean victory. I shouldn't say, but a 1-2-3. Victory over AJ Styles to retain his Intercontinental Championship. And last but not least, Super Cody Rhodes regains. His case, the WWE Championship against Super Cena, and the main event of SummerSlam. And we'll keep it at that for now. Let's go around the house for your opinions. Let's start with you, Devon. On this one, what was your opinions on SummerSlam, your high and lows real quick, and your overall grade?
So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the whole Dom thing. That was definitely a clean win. My man Dirty Dom, he used the boot, but guess what? That boot was already on his foot. That wasn't a foreign
Facts.
object. That was already something that was in the match. He's definitely already kicked AJ Styles with it a few times in the match. That was a clean win. My man retained the title. Shout out to Dirty Dom. Shout out to Wingstop. Just because they're associated with Dirty Dom right now, I appreciate it. Celebrating the 20-year anniversary of him being in the WWE.
Already a 20-year vet.
20-year vet. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero, because that match was just bleeding Eddie Guerrero left and right, and I appreciate the things that they did in that match. So, you know, my man Dirty Dom, that's one of the highlights of my match. I'm sorry.
The event.
That's one of my highlights of the night. Sorry, but Lyra and Becky, don't care about it. Sorry, gonna skip it. My girl Naomi. Shout out to Naomi, first off, for retaining her title, but even more for her coming out to her father playing her during her entrance. I am loving everything about what Naomi is getting in her favor right now. I love the fact that she's winning championships. I love the fact that, again, she has her father out there with her and she gets to enjoy this moment. I love the heel turn and the attention that she's getting from it, and I guess just the fandom. I love everything about what's going on with Naomi right now. I hope that it goes even better for her. I wish her the best. I think that it's long overdue, but I'm just glad that she's at this point. Even if her last name is Fatu and that had anything to do with it, I don't even care. I'm just glad that she's got it. And, you know, I'm just, you know, behind her all the way. And there ain't no pause right there.
No pause.
Solo and Jacob, I'm a little disappointed. I didn't really care about that match and everything. And I'm a Jacob guy. I like Jacob. I like some of the stuff that I see him doing. I still think that, again, with him talking, I think he needs to stay in the back, doing the segments in the back instead of in the ring. But, you know, I didn't really care for it. I definitely didn't care for the ending. I don't know. I think I just expected Jacob to come out on top, but we still have probably 2 more weeks to the next PLE, and, you know, who knows what'll go on there.
Clash in Paris.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm gonna tell you, the highlight of my night was that 16 TLC match. That match was nuts. The spots in that match, and I mean, I get it, especially with so many people in there. It can be a spot fest to a point. I honestly, I was afraid just seeing that many people in the ring at the time. I just thought, okay, this is just going to be, a shit show. Like, I really thought that it was just going to be too much for the show. But man, the stuff that happened in that match was amazing. I still don't like the name Fraxium. I can't stand it. I hate it. I don't know why, but I just don't like the name Fraxium. But just watching those guys do what they did, and shout out to Candice LeRae for that spot that she took.
Gosh, that might have been the greatest spot ever, bro.
Falling off that ladder. That spot was crazy. I actually liked the fact that there were women that interfered in this match and joined in the men's match. I'd never seen it before, as far as I can remember, to that degree. And I love what they did with it. But yeah, that match, the spots were crazy in that match. I really, you know, wish that the Street Profits came out on top, but, you know, again, we'll see what happens. And then Super Cena and Super Cody. Man, we got as many spots and finishes
oh my
false
God. That might be a record. Is that a record? Nips might have looked that up. Is that a record for the most finishing moves in the match ever?
It's gotta be. That's gotta be more super kicks than the Usos versus what's the Jacksons? Young Bucks. Young Bucks versus the Usos is a super kick fest. That's how many finishes they did in that match, and false finishes. And that was, and I don't know how much we're gonna get into with the T, whatever, but that just brings me back to, I don't know what the point was for Cena's heel turn. And I don't know what the point was for Cena's out of nowhere face turn back. I get that he was supposed to become a face eventually, but the way that it came out, I don't know. So I do think that I enjoyed the matches for night 2 more than I enjoyed the matches for night 1. I'm not a fan that only one title changed out of the night. Except for Dom, I'm glad that Dom kept his title, but I don't know. It just I don't know.
It made the last match kind of predictable. I kind of knew it was Cena was going to lose because nobody else lost their belt.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It was almost obligatory. So at that point, it was just I didn't care for that part of it, but just the matches themselves, I enjoyed more on this particular show, aside from the spot fest with Cena and Cody. I'll probably still say a C plus.
Okay.
I don't even remember what I gave night 1, but I don't know. Whatever
B. Then you
I'll give it a B. Oh well, then I'm gonna give it a C minus for night 1.
Okay.
whatever I gave night 1, night 2 gets like two steps up.
Okay, so a B minus for night 2 and a C minus for night 1. All right, or what a C minus C, so a C plus. I mean C plus for night 2, because C minus was night 1. That'd be 2 up.
Okay, yeah, so C plus and then a B plus.
All right, so C plus, B plus.
Oh wait, no, C plus and a B. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, C plus and a B. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, BA. What's your highs and lows for night 2 and your overall of the grade, bro?
All right, so low, Street Profits ain't win. I'm running to win.
Shout out to you and Bobby telling me they was going to definitely win.
Hey man, they won in spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, when you're going against the Wild Six and you got to fight like 5 individuals and stuff, that the numbers add up. It was a fun match. It was a fun match. I'll say that. I'm not checking for it again though, because of the outcome. All right, so let's go to the 5-2 and Solo joint. I call this down to the T. I said Solo was going to win, and you was going to get some type of Herculean effort out of 5-2 when he broke the handcuffs. I said that he should have broke the steel cage. He should have broke the part of the steel cage. That would have been a little bit more formidable than him just popping out some handcuffs. Which from that angle, yeah, you could probably break your wrist, but the average human being a regular person could have broke that, just based off the force and stuff like that if you jump. So that wasn't enough for me. He should have broke the cage. But yeah, I Solo was going to win that one, and he did. Just makes it a little bit more entertaining for Solo. Solo, I like Solo to have a belt. He's an entertaining guy. Becky. At first I thought Lava was going to win, but I changed. I said, no, Becky's going to retain that title. It's just not. I don't know. It's just Lara is just not that person. I think that's what they realized through this rivalry, that Lara isn't as much as they want her to be right now. So I don't know what this does for her. I don't know what this does for her character as a whole. If she get bumped, you know how you lose and you get bumped up to the championship, but she get bumped up to the championship and just lose there too. I don't know, but Becky, in my opinion, can do no wrong. She's hitting on all cylinders for her character where she's at right now. Dirty Dom, man, I agree with our partner Dev. He's it. He has everything that you would want in AAA. He's over. He's super over in AAA. So he can always lean off of that if he wants to. Him just doing some of the Eddie Guerrero stuff was great. I like the fact that they broke it down and they showed him unzipping his boot. So he planned all this instead of just kind of it happening. No, it was planned. He did all this purposely. And he found a way to win. If that's not his gimmick, that should be his gimmick. Give him every trick that Eddie Guerrero used. Give him every trick that Ric Flair used, and just this is yours. This is all yours. And just let's see him get some high quality matches, more of them, and let's see him move up the ranks. Like he's, as much as they want to promote Braun, and we know how we felt that we talked about that, and Jacob 5-2 and all that. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes. We want to see more of him. Dom is right there. Dom. Who
you think more over? You think either one of them are more over than Dom?
No, not if you include AAA stuff. No.
I mean, even if you don't include, you think in the WWE they more over than
No, he's it.
Dom. Okay, but I just saw Dom go 50-50 with AJ Styles. Damn near almost overtook him as far as crowd pop.
The fact that it was there over AJ, it was dirty. It was a lot more dirty Doms than solo AJ Styles chance. So that tells you right there, right? So I don't know. I don't want them to overlook someone that you groomed from, what do you say, 20 years ago. Like, yo, you groomed this dude. Like he's next. But I digress. Triple threat match, great match. I think everybody knew it was going to be a great match. And like I said, her father coming out, like Dad said, her father coming out, that was great. When I saw the father, I said, "Oh no, I don't like this.
Oh man,
I don't like this. I don't like it. Come on now, you know how they do when you people around." But I was like, no, I still think they're going to make her. I don't like it, but I think they're going to make her lose to Stephanie. So as a result, she has to get one major match in. I don't like it, bro. I'm not a fan of that outcome, but I'm thinking that's what they're going to do. So as a result, they got to give her a significant moment for her. So they went past the daddy thing. I guess that could be a theme because Cody changed his joint up and had Dusty stealing theme as in the beginning of his intro music. So
you see everybody else but himself.
So with that being said, like I said, great match from the ladies. They put on. It was phenomenal. Everything that happened, or at least the fact that it was a great match, I knew it. I think we all did, like I said. So nothing shocking, but I was just glad that they put on. I'm glad that they actually carried it out and performed very well. In the last match, like you said, I was watching it late. I apologize to the people out there. We should have started a little bit early. They were waiting for me to finish up. It was a spot fest, like they said. It was a different spot fest. I'll say that. I haven't seen the bottom rope be used in such a degree that off, like throughout that long of a segment. But move here, move there. Take a break. Put your cheat code in. You replenish your move, your finishing moves, and we're gonna do it again, and we gonna keep doing it. Pause. So it was just one of those matches, and you just wish, like, yo, what exactly is this going to end? Like, it gets to that point when you get to that thought process, now you overdid it. And I think
the finishing moves don't work.
They were saving those specials up.
Much. So like, when is it going to end? So when is the last ooh and ah am I supposed to get pause for this particular joint? Like, that's why when you do too many finishes, it's like, oh, it's finally over now. Okay, this is. Oh, he got the 3 count, and that's how I felt when I was watching it. Like, oh, now it's over. Okay, cool. So it takes away the send off, the crescendo. It's like it's not there anymore because you chose to go that route. So please stop. Just stop doing the 14 finishes. We don't need 14 finishes in a match. Just wrestle, and then as a result from the wrestling, 1 or 2 moves. That's it. Bro, we don't need 14.
Leave it in AEW.
Three at the most. You feel me? 3 at the most.
We don't need
3 at the most when you superstar tier, even Austin Rock. 3 at the most. You feel me? The trifecta on the when he got the trifecta at Crossroads, like on Roman Reigns, 3 at the most. You feel me? That 3. Once you start going past there, but I'll get to my point. I'm sorry. Go ahead, BA. No,
you're good. I can wrap it up by saying that. And yeah, this is it was. I'm sorry. I enjoyed Roman more than saying some of this stuff. So I'm going to have to give this again. I don't want to be mine. This is a C+.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So we got. Go ahead, Devon.
I was just going to say, in those 3, the 3 finishes in a row, you ain't supposed to be kicking out of that at that point.
Bro,
that's supposed to be the ending.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this show overall. I gave night 1 a C-, right? I'm gonna give this one a C+. So I'm keeping them both in the C's. Let's go, I guess, match for match. 6-man tag team match. Incredible. I already knew that. So TLC, David did some callbacks to the old TLC matches, like when he tried to do the spear and Capiano, whatever, did the pull-up or whatever. That was pretty cool. Spots were cool. I just knew the Street Profits weren't going to win. Andrade and Rey Fenix are over. I think we've said that multiple times. I think they got the biggest reception out of anybody that was in the tag team match when they was coming out. The Wyatts, bro, they actually looked the weakest to me. Like, as far as in the match.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When you were talking about Andrade and Ray Phoenix, that attempt where Ray jumped on Andrade's shoulder to try to get to the belt, man,
Bro.
and you could hear the crowd, just everybody was in unison with that. Whoa,
that 5-star frog splash that Ray Phoenix did. I was like, talking about Logan Paul with a frog splash.
yeah.
Ray Phoenix gave you one as well, a 5-star. I was like, whoa. So it was awesome. The spots, that Spanish fly outside on the table. Whoa, I thought Axiom was going to destroy his legs. I thought he hit that.
I thought they did.
I thought he hit his legs and I was like, man, but I had a picture at the end with Fraxim and Machine Gun Kelly's or whatever. They had a picture together where they said they were okay. But yeah, I kind of said Street Profits weren't going to win. So not only did they give the Wyatt Six a match at SummerSlam with their tag team champions, they let them win and retain at SummerSlam at the Street Profits had the belt for so long and didn't even get a PLE. Solo and Jacob, I told you, I think Jacob is losing aura every day. I'm sorry to say. I know people love him, but I think every day with this whole thing, I think he's losing aura when he talks, when this happens. That whole breaking the chain thing, it didn't matter. He lost the match. Like, you feel me? Like, I feel they're doing a spectacular thing and all that. Like, it didn't matter. He lost the match. He got hit in his head by Tala Tama or whatever. Hakuna Matata. Shout out to Bobby Monsoon if he's still in here. That's what he called him. But yeah, man, like, he got hit in his head with that. So I don't know, man. I guess he got to fight him first before he get his title back from him. I don't know. I'm about done with it. So they can be done. Shout out to Dom actually winning the match. I was interested in seeing them getting the match. It was pretty good. Good to see Dom get a good victory or whatever. Lavra and Becky. I think I talked about this. It should have happened the opposite way. Like, I thought this whole thing was to build up for Lavra to then destroy Becky now to go through a main streak. Becky destroyed her in that match. Like, it was like, bro, and you can see at the beginning of the match when Lavra came out, she was like damn near crying. I could see it in her face that she knew she was going to lose that match. And I'm like, damn. And Paul said, go out there, Becky, and damn near Valkyria tonight. Like, it was like, gee, and then even the Bailey thing coming out and setting that up, and she finally got a spot, and then Bailey hit her. Like, she was beating the hell out of Lavra Valkyria. So I don't know what that did. I guess she can't fight. Truthfully, the stipulation was that if she loses, she can't wrestle for the belt ever again. But then they changed it to as long as Becky is the champion now. That wasn't the original stipulation, but it is what it is. I'm done. I've been over that. I know BA loved that rivalry, but I'm over it. Just move on, do what you're going to do. I don't know why Becky had to be built for this, like for the IC championship.
So I think they pivoted, man.
Bigger than that. You think they just pivoted and went away? I mean, they be cheering for Lavra and doing her song and all that stuff. I ain't know where that with them. Whoa, wherever they're coming from. I didn't know where that stuff come from.
Oh no, they get woos.
The woo. Oh, I'm sorry, the woos. Yeah, that stuff. I'm like, I didn't know where that came from, so I thought she was good, but it is what it is. Triple threat match, probably my highlight of the night. Wanted to see Naomi make sure she got the dub. She got the dub. Not only did she get the dub though, and shout out to her coming out there with her dad. She got to pin Rhea Ripley. Thank you, God. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. She got to pin Rhea Ripley, and it's not a cheap victory either because it's a triple threat match, and there are no DQs in the triple threat match. She rolled up Rhea Ripley and got a 1-2-3. Shout out to Naomi for getting that done. I love that. That was my highlight of the night. Probably my highlight of the whole event was watching Naomi get that done. And lastly, with the match, I couldn't believe it, bro. We literally got like I said, I don't understand why Cena went heel. I don't understand why he went face. But then for him to go face and him come out there, that was awesome. Like seeing Cena again as a face at a big time event and all, like be Super Cena. He was Super Cena again for a moment. For Cody to go through all that, bro, and to beat him was like, come on, man. They just did this to use it to make Cody Super Cody. You didn't change him heel. Let me ask y'all this. Who the heels we got in wrestling right now? Other than the champion over in the group over on Raw right now. Who the heels? Who's the heels on SmackDown? Drew McIntyre? That's what we're going to use. He about to move. Who Cody about to go against? I'm just trying because he just had a run before, and Kevin Owens not there again to just throw at him 5 times now. So now this is Super Cody. So we saw what Cody had to do, what Cody did and went through beating John Cena. Who the hell gonna beat Cody Rhodes?
They're gonna put Drew against him.
Yeah, so Drew gonna beat him now? From what you just saw, from what he just did to John Cena, he took like maybe 10 finishing moves and kicked out. He took a trifecta of AAs and kicked out. He took a super AA and kicked out.
Off the rope.
And kicked out. And he won this match. So you think Drew's gonna beat him? Like I don't get it. So
was the super AA through a table?
No, he tried to do it. He tried to do it again through a table the second time, and that's when Cody got him to shoot the cutter through the table and all that. And he just beats him with a crossroads at the end, and it's just 1, 2, 3, and you're like, whoa, that's just how it ended. And I'll get to the next part. I don't even want to get there yet because that was just a sneak attack, but it is what it is. This show is. I think it was just rush booking. It was lazy. I don't know, man.
Can I say shout out to Stu, the camera guy.
Yep.
I feel for him chasing Cena down that ramp.
Bro, Cena threw Cody though with the AA on the ramp though, that was awesome. Coming out of the thing and then Cena picking him up, deadlifting him, and taking him down to the ring after doing all that. Like Cena's superhuman, bro. Like John Cena is superhuman, but for Cody Rhodes to beat him, bro, what they just did, bro. Y'all don't understand what they just did to Cody Rhodes, man. Y'all don't understand what they just did to Cody Rhodes, man.
It's going to take that much more. So this is the same person that beat the apex of Roman Reigns, and then also he beat him both.
At least that was kind of like, you feel what I'm saying? It's outside interference. With Roman Reigns, he got all that stuff done to him, so it made sense. Like it took all of that to beat Roman. When you just did this with Cody, though, right now with Cena, this was Super Cena. This is 100 on the game, the guy that you can't see and all that stuff. This was Super Cena that we got for a night.
All his
and Cody
built up.
Everything, man. And Cody beat him like fair and square. Like it was like he just beat him. So I don't know, man. But let me keep moving on because we already an hour into it, y'all. Shout out to Fanatics for that. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. All right, y'all. Shout out to Fanatics, but let's get to the wrestling too. And first, we have this quickly. WWE Unreal was released this week, I think earlier this week. Overall opinions on the show, I'm gonna give mine first just so we can get past this. I didn't really like it. I know what they're doing something. It's funny that this was in the top 10 of Netflix and neither Raw or SmackDown, definitely Raw. We don't see SmackDown over here on Netflix, but they don't even hit the top 10. For that to happen, we're gonna get much more of this. I think it destroys kayfabe. It destroys my thought process as an old school wrestling fan, but I know people like seeing the behind the scenes stuff, but I thought it just glorified Paul Levesque, and I really stopped watching it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I skipped through some of it and skimmed, but I was like this. As soon as I saw people crying and all of that, I'm like, I don't want to see this. This is already gonna make me dislike guys even more as far as their characters. So I had to stay away. But go ahead, BA. I'll start with you. What you think real quick?
Yeah, when I seen it, like I said, I sent the text out. I said this ain't nothing but a glaze fest. And I don't understand when people that watch it and disagree with that. They made this dude look like he's the end all be all. Like it's all through him. You can have people to give their opinions and things like that, but it was like it's still up to Paul to say thumbs up or thumbs down. And that's what it felt like. So, I said the only thing that he did great in that thing, boss, was the Cody Cena match when he went through every part of, because no one knew the outcomes, or it was a secret and all that stuff. So he literally said, all right, go here, zoom in on this person. All right, go to this person. All right, now go. He really quarterbacked that situation. So he gets respect for that because that was tough. And he kept that under wraps for the surprises and things like that. I give him his due for that. But everything else, so this whole thing, I only like 10 minutes of it. Yeah, wasting my time.
All right, what up, Devon? Let us know how you felt about the show.
I'm going to be a little bit on the other side of the opinion for it. I don't really care as much about the planning aspect of it or what they were trying to portray there with how they're building the stories or whatever. I don't really care about that. I'm just a fan of watching the production itself. And I sent this in a text. I like things like the fact that they showed gorilla position and how they build the area, the spot, that control center. I like stuff like that. I like watching the rings get built. I just like seeing the stuff that put the show together. Now, what they do in the boardroom and things like that behind the scenes of planning the stories, yeah, I don't really care too much about that part. I don't really need to know. I mean, I don't know. I still feel like that part is still scripted, or they're filming it already knowing what's going to be said, or whatever, or they're just, I don't know, making it up. But just the building the event and seeing the work that goes in, like the day of when that stuff is all happening, that's the kind of stuff that I like. So I appreciate those kind of things. But I watched some of the documentaries they did in the past and the reality TV shows just to see what it was like the Total Divas and all of this stuff. And I mean, it was okay at a point, but then after a while, I don't really care about I don't really care about that stuff. So it did give a little bit of a Total Divas kind of thing, just not with all the drama that they had. I don't have to look at Cena making you sign a 75-page contract for moving in. But I like it just for the production aspect. That's pretty much it. I actually haven't even finished it. I think I saw either the first 2 or first 3 episodes, and I had not finished it, so I don't know what else it is that they have included with it. But yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, I use it to fall asleep too. But yeah, that's gonna basically be our show tonight. If you would do us a favor, and no, I'm just kidding. Y'all know what we want to talk about. This guy right here, y'all. The surprise of night 2, Mr. Brock Lesnar returns after Cody defeats John Cena, walks down to the ring, full head of hair and all of that with his cowboy gimmick still, and gives an F5 to John Cena in the ring. So again, I'll go first real quick for this one, guys. Awesome to see Brock Lesnar. Couple things. It's awesome to see Brock Lesnar. I kind of thought he was going to be returning soon because they kept saying his name and giving little breadcrumbs as far as him with Paul Heyman, and also you kind of knew you're either banned. If you're banned, they do not talk about you. If you aren't banned, they start talking about things. So you kind of felt that was about to happen. But I don't understand why this happened though. I love to see Brock, and it's good to see Brock, but I don't understand what this had to do with the whole. This didn't save that main event for me. This was just something different. This was just a secret surprise or whatever. But this had nothing to do with that match. It happened after the match is watched the T. It's not even a part of the review because it had nothing to do with the match. He didn't even interact with Cody Rhodes at all. So I was like, maybe that's his thing, but it wasn't. It's going to be John Cena. So just to get John and him. And that also makes me feel the way about Cody Rhodes, because if Cody really is the QB1 and holds it down, why do you always have to give other guys to come hold down the company while he's supposed to be the face of the company? So now you're going to be living off. I guess Roman's going to leave for a while again. So now you're going to be living off of Brock Lesnar and John Cena for a second, while John still has his moments. And Cody, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it, but Cody is the face of the company. It is what it is, man. I don't even dislike Cody as far as his ability. I just don't think he's as big as they say he is. And for some reason, Triple H has a hard on for him. So it is what it is, and he makes him that guy, and he does all this. He sells more than everybody in the company, allegedly. Shout out to Jey Uso, though he doesn't outsell Jey, but Jey ain't the face of the company, and people hate when he get the stuff. But that is what it is. It's neither here nor there, but that's my opinion. BA, what you think real quick about Brock?
It's not too much I can say after what you just said. It's nice to see him. He's entertaining. He's an attraction, pause, in the entertainment sense of the word. So, like you said, if I gotta see him, and he clearly went straight after Cena, he didn't even at least have him eyeball Cody as Cody's walking out of the entrance area, and then he still could have did the same exact thing he did. Just give us that, like, oh, okay, he might be going against Cody. Yeah, Cody beat him, but this might be a different version of Brock. And just add something to the fact that so that's not going to happen. And then we got Brock versus Cena, and okay, well, we saw that, but it's entertaining to see it again. But at that time period, and I want anybody, once you clip this up, hopefully you clip this part up. I want anybody that was watching that moment when Brock came down and did his move, his finisher on John Cena. Did you care about Cody at that particular point in time? Because you didn't. You didn't. And that's the problem that they're going to have moving forward, which King did a great job of just letting you know about. You're not going to care about Cody, and somehow Cody's the champion. They could have just left the belt on John Cena for all that.
Yep. What up, Devon? What's your thoughts on Brock's return?
So I love it. I love Brock's look. I actually was completely surprised. I was one of the people that believed that he was banned and that he wasn't coming just because of everything else that was going on that he's involved with. I'll assume that that's, whatever. I don't know if we'll say that for the T. Oh, wait, this is the T. Yeah, I don't know what the the lawsuits and all that stuff, what's going on with that, but
it's still going on with Vince, but I think he's like cleared. They just eventually decided to just let it be.
Yeah, so
Hulk Hogan passed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, anything's possible nowadays. I like it. I actually think my personal opinion is Brock is here for Cena. I think that Cena has a list of people he wanted to face in his farewell tour and boxes he wanted checked off, and he and Brock had a good, like, lengthy rivalry. Remember when Brock came back in 2012, Cena was the one he came out and returned to, and he walked out there in F5 Cena right there when he first returned to WWE. So I think that Cena probably requested that Brock be brought in for this. And right now, it's not about Cody. We know right now the titles don't really mean jack. There's like 50 of them nowadays. No, there's literally 19 championships.
21 if you include what is the LFG ones or the Evolve, whatever it's called. I think it's LFG ones. 21 if you include those.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. So I think there's little meaning, but I think that Brock's there specifically for Cena's checklist for his farewell tour, which also to me explains why Cody got out of the ring so fast and clutched his pearls with with the championship. Because I mean, I'm just gonna say I don't care about Cody, and I think that Cody's gonna have that same. I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, where for Cena for the longest time we wanted him to turn heel, but he just kept being a baby face. He kept being a super baby face, and I don't know if they're trying to do that with Cody, or they're gonna lean Cody into that role where we're gonna keep wanting the Homelander Cody, but we never get him. And he starts to show little signs or whatever, but we never get it. He's just going to always still be Super Cody.
My only rebuttal to you, Devin, with that one is Cena was the only guy that really changed viewership back then. Like, you would watch it to love to hate him or whatever. People aren't interested in Cody.
The only thing I say about that, we kind of felt the same way about Roman at one point.
Yeah, but Roman and Cody the same age.
Yeah. You
feel me? Like,
yeah,
Roman and Cody the same age. So and they brought him over here to be that guy. Like, bro, it's AEW all over again. They turned on AEW. People like want to sweep that under the rug. You feel me? Like, the fans did the same thing when he was going through this and said, bro, you got to change heel. He didn't want to change heel back then, and then he never went to got the championship and all that stuff. So it is what it is, man. But shout out to Brock being back, man. First and foremost, shout out to Playback for sponsoring that too. Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show. Hey, make sure to follow us on Playback, if you could. Queen will be doing another She Talks Otaku pretty soon. I think towards the end of August. She's going to be showing the Dragon Ball, I think, Broly movie, maybe. Don't quote me. I think that's the one she's going to be showing, but definitely follow us on Playback. But if you have any questions or comments, we're going to get to a couple real quick, y'all. Hit us with the @WTC in your comments. Keep it respectful, and let's get to them.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Shout out to True Classics. All right, let's start at the top. Latte, my guy. He said, "What up, guys? Night 1 was meh. Night 2, only 3 of 5 matches were nice. The ending was shocking with Brock return, but poor execution. There's so many angles Cody turned heel since fans hate him. Yeah, man. I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger on Cody, but it is what it is. Man, why did Cena turn heel and face? It makes no sense." Latte also says, "What's the point of Cena turning face? Then waste of his 4-month time. But honestly, without The Rock, they should write the story better. Like Cena thinks fans don't appreciate him. Trash. Then proceeds with his destruction of wrestling. Now it makes it awkward. Also, like I said, this is the best time Cody to turn heel since fans turned it on him. Yeah, but he had him crying in the ring after he beat Cena. So." You're champion. You're super champion in the middle of the ring crying. Maybe get the hell out of here. I'm sorry. Latte also says, "So now we got Brock versus Cena, which is going to be nice since they have history, which will link towards the Survivor Series. But then again, this SummerSlam was 5 out of 10 overall for me. I feel you. I'd have rather had that Super Cena though versus Brock Lesnar, where Cena actually put up a fight instead of getting his ass with the whole match and probably winning like he did that. What was that, SummerSlam? Where he beat Brock Lesnar the first time, when Brock first came back? Wasn't that SummerSlam where Cena beat him, but Brock's beating his ass the whole match? Hold on, what was that?
I think so.
It was SummerSlam both times, wasn't it? One of SummerSlam where he came back, and it was SummerSlam where he beat the hell out of him and squashed him too, right?
He beat his ass.
Where he put him like 16 German suplexes and just beat the hell out of him. That was at SummerSlam too, I think, wasn't it? Or was the first one Survivor Series? I can't remember exactly. It was Extreme Rules. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. All right. Shout out to Trev. He in the house. He commenting and all when he could have been on the show, but no, he got some he got to do stuff in the morning, y'all. Got a busy morning, so he getting some rest. But he says Raw was a C+, SmackDown was a D, SummerSlam is a C-, and he said we wanted The Rock. All right. Name that song. Shout out to you joining the show, bro. He says, "I legit thought Seth was hurt in the match with LA Knight. I was fooled. No one seems to want to admit they were fooled too." I feel your name, but watch a couple shows ago, I actually kind of called it when we talked about, I think, the results show after, was it after the last PLE? That was after the last PLE, right? What was the last PLE that we had where Seth got hurt? Oh, no, Saturday Night Main Event.
No,
I'll Saturday Night Main Event, yeah, show with Evolution and all. I think that was the one it was with the cover with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to our guy Bobby Monsoon, man. He said, "What's up, y'all? Jelly Roll did good, 100." He's Bobby. Yeah, he did fine, but I don't need to see him no more, Bobby. That's my only thing, bro. But shout out to Bobby though in the house, man. If you didn't see our last episode, Bobby was the guest on the show, man. We had an awesome episode. Please check it out if you haven't already. Shout out to Cuz. He said, "What up, fellas? What up, Cuz?" I see Devon in there saying pause, and Latte did say Extreme Rules, yes, and oh my goodness, that was you, BA, talking to us. Said Bret Hart rolling his grave after watching that segment with CM Punk and Gunther. Oh man, Bret said CM Punk like him though. Bret said CM Punk like him though.
No man, They was trying to do that figure four sharpshooter. I said,
Yo, yeah, that twist around. First and foremost, Gunther sharpshooter was trash.
It was
when he flipped
nasty,
the wrong way,
yo.
though, I was like,
I forgot to say it during the initial joint. I was like, let me bring it up in this comment.
You turned, and then I was like, are they trying to do the Mr. Perfect or like the Ric Flair reverse thing? And I'm like, oh, fuck, that didn't work, man. Nah, it was a good match though, but truthfully,
that was a bad segment in that match.
So truthfully, before we end this, let me get your opinion on this. For the first night, I felt like Gunther held it down for most of the match and was handling most of the match for the Punk and Gunther match. Would you agree? Like it was basically Gunther handling the business and doing the spots.
Yeah.
For tonight, though, did you feel like John Cena held it down over Cody Rhodes? Like this was John Cena basically match. Like he was the one.
Oh yeah. He was tossing Cody all over the place.
It was John Cena, right?
You it was Cody for a second. Yes.
Yeah, like it felt like it was old John Cena taking care of the match, making it look good, right? Okay, but
Cena even threw the stairs at him.
Yeah, bro. I thought Cody broke his wrist for a second. I was like, bro, did Cody break his wrist? I'm like, oh no, he good. Okay. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much for joining the show. We had a long winter night pause. Had to definitely pause on that one. But SummerSlam is done. We got the show over with. Next is Clash at Paris, right? Clash at Paris. I don't know.
In 2 weeks.
Man, it's crazy. But if you're new to the channel, if you're brand new to the channel, please do us a favor, hit the subscribe button somewhere towards Devon's left shoulder. Also hit that like button and the notification bell. Share if you could as well. Do us another favor. We have other shows if you don't already know. Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things old school basketball, old school and new school basketball, myself and Rel. We have shows every Monday and Wednesday in the evening. If you're interested, help us get to our next goal of 5K subscribers over there. Also, shout out. Oh, what you want to say, Beer?
Excellent interview y'all did the other day with the Clippers fan, with the Clippers, Locked On Clippers dude.
Yes.
Excellent interview, guys. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Appreciate you. Thank you. And while we at it, excellent content from my guy B.A., Rel, Will, and Big J over there as they talk about all things geek culture and movies and television. They had a show yesterday where you guys talked about Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, the new look and all that stuff. I told you I'll be checking y'all out, man. I don't want y'all to think so. Pause on that one, but I definitely be checking y'all out. But definitely check them out over there. Help them get to their next goal of 500 subscribers over there, just like us. Also, while you're at it, check out my guy BA also with Calvin and Larry as they do get off the damn fence. They talk about all things in pop culture, mostly sports stuff. Check them out. They do shows. Is it Wednesdays now? I get this mixed up now, Justin, now, or Tuesdays?
Wednesdays.
That's Wednesdays, right? Okay, because you do Tuesdays with because we get obviously. So they do their shows every Wednesday evening. So check them out over there as they get to their next subscriber count. I don't know what y'all goal is. Y'all even set a goal?
No.
No, okay. Well, help them out. Get to whatever goal they're getting to, y'all. Just go over there and subscribe.
Show some love, baby.
Yes, just show some love. But Devin, I know you wanted to shout out real quick the Discord and all that before we get off.
Oh, yeah. No, I just wanted to say, join our Discord also. We have weekly shows of Raw and SmackDown, PLEs. We also have watch parties for that as well. We ask that you do become a member of our channel, just so you have access to those PLEs, and we'd love to see you and enjoy the show together.
Yes, amen to that one. Appreciate you, Devin. He definitely holds that down. Also, we sometimes show like other things as well, not just WWE. So like boxing and also MMA. I think we will, Devin, if you could, I guess, show the Canelo fight, maybe Canelo and Crawford. That should be a good one where people be interested. So if you're interested in watching that, definitely subscribe to the channel first and foremost, and then join our Discord as well. But other than that, guys, if that's all. We had another good show. We appreciate everybody rocking with us tonight. Hold up. We got another comment real quick. Oh, okay. Mr. Guan and all of them. Shout out to Crazy, what is it, Psycho Clown or whatever his name is. Yeah. But on that note, y'all, appreciate everybody for joining the show. We'll be back next Sunday. Same combat time, same combat place. We out. Peace.